Hey guys, Barbara here. Where do all the answers go in Google Forms? Let's have a look. So you are now ready to send out some forms, but maybe nervous about how those responses come in. I had the same experience when I sent out my first form. My best advice is to just do it. Take the plunge and move into the digital form world. All your form data is automatically captured and you can view this data in a spreadsheet. You can manipulate this data and view it as a graph or sort it by top results. The way you see data is going to change. There are some skills you may need in Google Sheets to visualize some of this data in a new way, but not to worry, we have a whole video course on that too. Let's jump into Google Forms and take an in-depth look at what happens to your form responses. When your form has responses, it will show you visually over here on this tab. When you click here, your view will change. Your Responses tab has 3 divisions to it. Starting with the Summary section. Here, you will get some insight into the data that has been collected. You will see pie charts showing the results to questions, as well as other chart types depending on the question type. If you want to copy any of these charts to use the data elsewhere, simply hover over the top right-hand corner and choose to copy. If you have short answers or paragraph answers, you will get an overview of all the typed answers here. The next tab here is where you can see the responses per question. At the top, you will be able to use this little drop-down arrow to choose which question you would like to view the answer to. You can also move from one question to another from here. When you scroll to see the answers, you will notice how they are grouped together based on their responses. Here, 6 people responded yes and 6 people responded no. The same would apply if you had a linear scale. It will group them based on what has been selected. This gives you a good overview of what has been answered. The next tab over here is your Individual Responses tab. Here, you can go through an individual's response to see what they have answered. If you would like to delete a response, you can do that from here, or alternatively, you can print it. If you change your printer settings, you can save it as a PDF. If you no longer want this form to accept responses, turn this toggle off over here. When someone tries to submit the form now, they will be unable to do so and will see this screen over here. The moment you toggle it back on the form, it will resume collecting responses. From the 3 dots over here, you can delete all the responses that have been submitted. This can be useful if you have maybe answered the form a few times while testing it out. You can also print all the responses or download them as a CSV file. I'm going to show you in a bit how to create a spreadsheet with your responses. If you have sent your form out to everyone you need to and received all the responses from your first group, you can choose to unlink the form from that spreadsheet. The responses will then no longer collect there. You'll be able to create a new spreadsheet for new responses that come in. If you have a specific spreadsheet that you would like these responses to go to already, use this option to select your response destination. You will be able to choose the spreadsheet you already have and send the answers there. If you would like to get an email notification when somebody submits the form, you can do that from here. You will now get an email when someone responds. If you would like to no longer receive email notifications, you can simply untick this option. If you want to create a spreadsheet with all the responses, use the spreadsheet icon over here. You will be asked if you would like to create a new one or if you would like to select an existing one. Choose the option that best suits your needs and select Create. Here are the responses to this form. Each time somebody answers the form, it will automatically add those answers into this sheet. I can go and make a few edits and adjust the layout to be able to see the data a bit better. Be sure to check out the videos in our Google Sheets series to learn how to work with this data. See how powerful and insightful data can be. Spend some time playing with your data and see what new things you can learn. There are some really powerful things you can do in Google Sheets that will take your data to the next level.